How are you, Internet? This is Eat Your Backyard. Thought I'd give you an update. It's been a while since I've been posting on this channel, and I thought I would give you an update. I've been doing a lot of things, just not a lot of things on Eat Your Backyard. Look at that. Get a buckwheat. Get a buckwheat. I sort of like it. Yeah, so I'll tell you, in terms of my backyard, it is growing very well. And I did a major trimmage of the backyard, all my mango trees, my cherry trees, and my banana trees. Everything has been appropriately trimmed and is preparing to grow like bananas, no pun intended. But I have been up to focusing on some of my other YouTube channels. You know, I have the Eat Your Backyard channel, but I also have the Surf All Day A1A channel, which is my surfing channel. I have Florida Fishy Finger, and I have a music website, a music YouTube channel called HoneyTap, HUNNITA. And it is a place where I publish all my music and music videos, and I do live performances, so I hope you will go over there and give it a subscription and maybe watch some of the live performances. I might do one tonight. It's a little bit chilly out here today in Florida. See, I'm down at the beach. Yesterday it was 80 degrees. Today it's about in the 50s. Which is still pretty nice, but it feels cold when you're living in Florida. That's for sure. Yesterday we had head-high waves that were beautiful, big, and wonderful. Today we have much smaller dribblers. It's still rather nice. So yeah, I have been up to making lots of music. Right now I'm working on getting my cover music that I perform out live. I play around town, which I love to do. I'm working on getting the backing tracks to those songs where I need them to be. Hey, Queen Me Atlanta. Good to see you. I appreciate you jumping on. Yeah, this is a beautiful, beautiful spot. Not too far from my house. I will say it is about 5 blocks from my house. And yeah, so I've been focusing a lot on music over there on the HoneyTap channel. So maybe I'll see you over there. I plan on actually live streaming on HoneyTap probably after this. So if you sub over there and turn on notifications, you'll be notified as these things come up. But I'll probably make some more Eat Your Backyard videos here pretty soon. It's just I've been focusing on other things. Oh, thank you, Queen. Yes, I am absolutely blessed. I am blessed by God Almighty and the grace of Jesus Christ, who I love very much. And by the way, as we get ready to focus on 2026, one of my big goals for 2026 is to continue to grow closer to God in all things, to grow more virtuous, to become more holy, and move towards a goal of sainthood. Don't know if I will ever achieve such a thing. Oh, thanks. Yeah, awesome. Well, I'll see you over there as well. Yeah, I'll say one thing. You know, sometimes I go on these live streams people are doing, and they'll say, like, don't talk about religion. I think, like, how can you not talk about religion? That is, to me, it's the craziest thing. But I just want to talk about how much I love Jesus all the time, to be perfectly honest. And I never get tired of it. And if I talk about it long enough, there's really not too many times where I'm not moved to tears, to be perfectly honest, at the grace and love that is present there. So my goal is to just move closer and closer and closer to that source of all light and life in the world. I hope you will too. You could say, like, there are a lot of things going on in the world, you know, good, bad, whatever, but nothing God ever does is bad. It's always good. Even when you're down or you're going through hard times, that is quite honestly even better, because you gift that suffering to Jesus, who suffered for us, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It brings a quality of grace and love to everything. Everything. Oh, thanks. You saw me in another stream. Yeah, sometimes I'll ask people, do you love Jesus? I like that question. I'm always surprised at how quickly some people will say no. You're like, whoa, that doesn't seem like the choice you want to make. But well, anyhow, so all of that, and to be honest, my music, I just want to write music about a love of God as well now. Most of the songs, when I start writing original music, it's all about that. So you can see that kind of stuff. I actually released a new album, my 7th album, recently, and it's called Milk and Honey, and it's my first Christian album. It's all about Christian things, my ideas, my journey, where I was in 2025, and we'll see where I go in 2026. Sometimes I feel a little bit like Daniel in the lion den, which I think any moment in life you could probably find that it's already reflected in the good book. What a view. Not a soul on the beach. As far as you can look. That's all it takes to make everybody scatter. Just a little bit of cooler weather. Queen, yes, it is. It's released on Apple Music. It's released on YouTube Music. It's on a playlist on the Honey Tap channel. That's HUNNITAP. And I performed one of the songs in my live stream from my chicken coop in my backyard last night. I believe last night when I performed one of those songs. Yeah, one called Soul Arch, which is the first song that I wrote for that album, but it doesn't actually appear first on the list of songs in the album, but it was the first song. It's got kind of a church organ essence to it, which I really love, the church organ. Yeah, I'm excited because I have 18 gigs scheduled for next year, which a goal of mine, which is to get out and play out more, because playing out as a musician, it just, yeah, you got it, exactly. Awesome. Yeah, playing out, it just sharpens your musical edge. It makes you so much better as a musician. It always inspires me to do a bunch of things, so I'll be performing 18 times, and my goal is to get up to 30 performances next year. I figure that's a whole month of performances. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I am. I don't deserve any of this, by the way. Totally undeserving of it, so I'm not quite sure how to try eating your backyard, but it tasted like mud. That's hilarious. Yeah, where I grew up, in a small farm in New Jersey, maybe 100 acres, my grandfather farmed, and that soil smelled so rich. I swear you could have just taken a spoonful of it and eaten the dirt, and probably would have been good for you. But yeah, where I live now, it's mostly sand. So any of the organics that I will put into the soil are a result of my bunnies. I have a couple of, well, actually I have one bunny left now. We had one bunny die. Bunnies don't live that long, Bunnies come and bunnies go. But they had a good life. But Thumper the bunny has moved to the other side. But Penelope the bunny is still here. So we enrich the backyard with bunny turds quite a bit, and also I have a lot of composting bins that I put all the chicken bedding in. And that's the thing about manure, about composting, is that chickens are just dirty birds. And they produce a very loose manure into the wood chips, and it's just a mess. But bunny turds are the best possible fertilizer in my opinion, just because they just keep producing turds. All you'd have to do is feed them with bunny manure, bunny food, and they produce perfect little pellets of bunny poo that we sprinkle everywhere. And it's actually a cold fertilizer, which is incredibly interesting because, you know, unlike cow manure, I grew up around a lot of cows and have cow manure, you have to let it compost because it's what they call a hot manure. Because if you put it right on plants, it'll actually burn the plants. So you have to let it settle down, get the ammonia out of it, whatever kind of stuff's in there that burns stuff. That's why it's called hot manure. But bunny turds are a cold manure, meaning you can just throw them right on your tomato plants, right on everything. And since they are not meat eaters, it's not like super toxic, you know, unlike if you were to put, like, let's say dog manure on your garden, that would be a very bad thing to do because they're meat eaters and they can have all kinds of diseases and stuff in the meat. I mean, in the manure. Yeah, rest in peace, Thumper. He was a good rabbit. He was a fluffy little guy. He had a lot. He really loved my wife. I mean, like you know, he saw, I think, what I see in my wife, which is just, you know, vast beauty. And he was attracted to her, would run circles around her whenever she was in the bunny pen, and always looked forward to it. So that was kind of a sad part for me, was just the separation of that. You know, I know it made my wife a little bit sad, made me sad too. I saw his little cottony tail just waving in the wind for the last time as I, you know, dug his grave and prepared to bury him, and he went to rest under the coconut tree. So now he will be recycled into the nutrients that those coconuts are. And oh yeah, by the way, rabbits are also, that's right, Linhan, you're exactly right. Rabbits are so delicious. But yeah, you know, I don't necessarily feel good about the death of any animal, but I will tell you that it's a necessity. Everything was put here for us to use. We just have to be humane. And a rabbit, it exists in the now. It doesn't know the future. It doesn't know the past. I'm confident of that. The rabbit is simply a creature that kind of exists exactly in the moment at all times. And to be quite honest, most of the time they are just terrified, absolutely terrified of, like, I always got the impression Thumper thought a hawk was about to swoop in and kill him. You know, he would just get so afraid. He was completely protected his whole life and so on, but just never was not terrified. Now that type of rabbit that I have, they're called lionhead rabbits. They're actually a wild sort of rabbit, so they're not chill at all. Like if you put them on the ground, they're going to dig a hole. They're just heading to do rabbit things. But yeah, if you get the more domesticated rabbits, like what they call meat rabbits, they're these giant, like chinchilla or New Zealand rabbits. There are these 12, 15-pound rabbits that they raise for meat. They're very, very cool rabbits. Like, they're totally domesticated. They're not afraid. You know, they would last a sum total of 2 minutes in the wild. They'd immediately be scooped up by some kind of cat or hawk or something. But yeah, not Thumper. He would always find a shady place and start digging a hole. He was not trusting anything. Any little movement would make him just tense up. So, in a way, Thumper's not worried anymore. And he had a good life. As rabbits go, he had a good life. But Penelope, his sister, is still doing great. Penelope just loves to eat. And she turned out to be about probably 250 times larger than Thumper. She's a white rabbit, has sort of reddish eyes, which I like that a lot too. Yeah, rabbits don't do well out here. In Svalbard. Yeah, I could imagine. That sounds like a dangerous place for rabbits. Rabbits don't do well anywhere. Along this dune line here, I'll show you what I mean. Okay, if you see this dune line, there are wild rabbits here. And you can see that if you look at these, this is sea oats. Yeah, you see that? That's a type of very common dune grass that they plant to stabilize the dunes, but it grows wild naturally. Then I have a bunch of videos about edible plants at the beach and so on, and sea oats are one of them, actually. Although I think they're protected, so you're not really supposed to pick them, but you can grow sea oats in your yard and eat them all you want. They're just protected if they're in the dunes. They don't want people like up in the dunes harvesting oats, I guess. It makes sense, I suppose. I don't make the rules, but there are little red rabbits. That sounds like a cool song, Little Red Rabbits. And they come up and you can see their little footprints. I mean, they are all throughout here. But if you look to see all the sea oats that are closer to this sea grape here, they're all like cut down. Look at that one. Or yeah, that one. Or even that one. They're all cut down. And the reason is, and you can see their little paw prints sort of stop as you get farther out. And the reason is those rabbits will eat just far enough and not any farther, because they know, oh, look there, oh, that's a seagull. Seagull being capable of really killing a rabbit, but we have these peregrine falcons that we call them Henry the Hawk, that will just simply swoop down and snatch a rabbit so fast. And that's the happiest hawk within 100 miles when they get a nice rabbit in their talons. So those rabbits know to just come out just far enough so that if the hawk comes swooping down, they can retreat into the sea grapes. And look at the edibles. Everywhere you look, there's edibles. Edible sea oats. I believe that's an edible succulent, but I know that the Hawaiian sea grape that's growing right here and right here, that is got medicinal qualities in those little white berries that it has. You can actually use it for like sunburn. Sea grapes produce, well, sea grapes, and they're edible as well. So pretty much everywhere you look, if you know what to look for, you've got edible things. All right, let's look at the comments. Okay, Queen asks, are you retired? Nope, I am not retired. Still working for a living and taking what they're given, and also now earning a little money with the playing out, which is kind of a fun side benefit. Oh, yeah, Quincy, you're new here. Well, welcome, Quincy. I hope you subscribe. Also, go check out my Honey Tap channel. Queen left the way it's spelled up in the chat if you look up a bit. And that's my music channel. That's where I'm at most of the time, but I love people. By the way, I'd just like to say something. That's just a general idea that I believe is important to state. Every single human being on earth is precious. Their life is precious. Every single human being is made in the image of God. From natural birth, from conception to natural death. From that whole span, that life is absolutely precious in my not so humble opinion, apparently. That means every one of you, our temples, are absolutely unique. You are the first ever you. That is for sure. St. Thomas Aquinas said, in heaven there are billions and billions of angels. And he said every single angel is like its own species. You can imagine the complexity, but it's not hard to imagine this kind of complexity if you just look into the sky any night that you can see the stars and try to ponder that. It's infinite. It is absolutely infinite. I would claim we can't even understand a grain of sand. It is so complex. If you could go down to what that grain of sand is made of and the electrons spinning around the nucleus and what goes deeper and deeper and deeper, and it's all held together, by the way, by basically space. Everything is at its lowest level, just things running around things. There's nothing actually connecting it all together. So, yeah, that's why I say, you see this thing flittering about, beautiful colored thing, and you go, that's a butterfly. I say, no, no, no. It is not a butterfly. That is a miracle. Just like you and me. So, anyway, that's what I think about that. And sometimes these ideas come to me when I am staring out at this beautiful, beautiful world that we live in. And this is obviously beautiful, right? Because I'm at the beach. It's a beautiful beach. But I claim you can find beauty in almost all things, even in human suffering. beauty of how people overcome it. Yeah, so I think I might do some music creation. I don't know, I'm sort of getting the feeling of doing that. I've got 2 Doors songs that I want to add vocals to. One is Love Her Madly, which is a great Doors song, which I could pull off sort of with my vocal range, so I'm going to add vocals to that one. And the other one is LA Woman, which is one I also love. But another thing I love to do is just create music. And sometimes I live stream my music creation. I think I'll do that today, because there's really not a lot going on. I've got 2 kids that are home, one from college and one that's hasn't left yet. So that's an intense blessing, but they've got things they're going to do, so I think I'll do things I want to do. I mean, live a little. And I'm sort of grateful that I don't have the temptation to go out surfing, because I just surfed, you know, really is right up to the edge of exhaustion yesterday, which is good. Oh, awesome! Well, Queen, I can't wait to see you over there. Cannot wait. That's the most fun part. Yeah, you know, Eat Your Backyard is now up to like 38,000 subscribers, which is so crazy. All right, yeah, have a blessed day. Queen, thanks. Yeah, so it's up to 38,000 subscribers, but I haven't tended to it much, and I feel sort of guilty about that. One of my goals was, well, recently I haven't. At one point I was streaming all the time. I need to start just at least doing some shorts to catch people up on what I'm doing, because it's really a cool group of human beings that are subscribed to Eat Your Backyard. And there's so much knowledge of the people that watch the videos. Like, there's my take on things, and then the comments are really better than even the video, because they come with so much knowledge and experience. So, you know, I love Eat Your Backyard. And I know, like, a lot of the subscribers have been saying, "Where are your videos? What are you alive?" Etc. Yeah, I am alive. Thank you for asking, and I'm doing great, and I hope you're doing great also. I will be definitely doing more videos on Eat Your Backyard soon. This was the first one just to kind of kick off where we're at, and I think I'll probably, oh, look at this. This guy is awesome. I saw him on the beach yesterday. Tell me this isn't the coolest thing. Golf club, but you use a tennis ball. Nice swing. All right, well, I think I'm going to jump. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate it. Have a blessed day, and maybe I'll see you over there on the Honey Tap channel. If not, see you on Eat Your Backyard soon. Thanks for watching.